This is Sun.
And I'm Belle.
And today we bring you another full series review on The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, now streaming on Disney+.
What I really admired about this show was that Marvel Studios wasn't afraid to tackle political issues that are divisive and hard to talk about head on.
I would have to agree with that. They didn't force anything down your throat. They did it in a way where it was spread out throughout the 6 episodes, so that way we understood the message through the characters and their stories, rather than here it is. This is like it would have been too much if they did that.
And I agree. And these issues are so relevant today. And it's happening in this world, so it's good that Marvel decided to brazenly take it on and show its audience, the viewers, how superheroes are affected by these issues. It's a very creative and interesting twist.
It is. And Marvel, I mean, it's supposed to be kind of cool, lighthearted, but this is a serious conversation and a serious topic, and I'm glad that they took this step.
It's so funny. It's like they're villains in Marvel Studios, right? It's usually a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But then the villain in this show is kind of invisible in that it could be perpetual racism. It could be in discrimination.
Yeah.
It's always lingering, and it burdens the psyche of our characters.
That's such a good point, because one of the weaknesses in the show that I thought was actually the Flag Smashers. And the Flag Smashers, who's supposed to be the villain of the story, I mean, they're just trying to take care of themselves, and so they're doing good while doing bad things at the same time, and so it didn't really have an impact on me. It didn't really hit home for me as far as feeling like they were the villains. And so you raise a really good point that that's more of the storyline, and that's what hits home for me. That's more personal.
And isn't that true? That physical brute strength, super strength, is nothing compared to something that is even deeper, something invisible, like pressures of society, like racism.
I absolutely love the relationship between Bucky and Sam.
Yes.
Man, at first they kind of didn't like each other. Bucky was mad at Sam, for not taking the shield. But then over time they had to work together, and they had a brother-like relationship.
And I suspect that they liked each other. They had a deep respect for each other the whole time, and it was only disappointment in each other had that tension. But you could tell that they always had each other's backs.
Oh, that's exactly it. Because Bucky told Sam, if Steve, was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. So It was something like that, where he was just like, man, I'm disappointed. Like, you're the obvious choice.
Exactly. Because he knew how good Sam would be. Mm-hmm. And isn't it's so funny that you really are only deeply disappointed by those you love.
Oh, exactly.
Remember the staring contest?
I can't take it seriously.
I'm still going.
I can't take it seriously. Yes, that part was so funny. We replayed that scene. But, I mean, all, being serious, Bucky is dealing with some serious stuff. He just was discharged, and he's trying to find himself back in the civilian world, just trying to get acclimated again. And the therapist, yes, it's helping him. He has a list of people that he wants to make amends with, right? But ultimately, it's the relationship with Sam and being with him that helped him find out who he really is.
Absolutely. To me, John Walker as Captain America was depicting politicians. Mm-hmm. They could walk the walk, they could talk the talk, they could smile in front of the cameras, know all the right things to say, but it doesn't mean that they have what it takes to be a true leader and guide a country.
Yeah, and on paper, I mean, he had all the specs right, he had all the requirements to be the perfect Captain America. He was great in front of the cameras, but when it came to actually performing the job, time and time again, he failed. He made the wrong decisions. He let his emotions get to him. He was angry. He was arrogant. And ultimately, at the end, you look at him and he's just a prop. It's a cookie cutter, perfect prop of what Captain America should be like, but he wasn't it. He wasn't the right choice.
That's such a wonderful way to depict the problem
Uh-huh.
of real life.
Yeah.
You know, with corrupt politicians or politicians that shouldn't be in power.
Yeah.
Through a character in a Marvel series. So that was very enjoyable to watch, although it irked me watching him.
Yeah, and he had everything going as far as like he had the support, people loved him. He had Lamar, who was his
Right.
best friend and like moral compass for him, but he ignored all of that because his ego in his head was way bigger than life. So he made all the wrong decisions, and I'm glad that they took his the Captain America shield and suit away from him.
Me too. I miss Steve Rogers.
Yes, and I want someone else to wear it now.
Sam.
So there are other honorable mentions in this show, like, you know, Zemo, who's notoriously known for killing the Wakandans' leader, Chaka,
Right.
and then Sharon Carter, who we find out is a power broker, but we all kind of knew that already. I want to talk about Isaiah Bradley's character.
Right. The war veteran from the Korean War who was really abused and used by the American government
Yeah.
as a test subject for over 30 years.
Yes, him. And all he wanted, right, is after he was, you know, discharged from service, he wanted a thank you. He wanted some kind of recognition because he was a true hero.
Of course.
Right? As a super soldier, he saved many lives. He was a hero. He deserved that recognition. He felt that. But instead, he was living a very disgruntled, quiet life. And before Sam approached him, like, he was just mad and he hated America, honestly. And so I really like the fact that Sam took the time to, at the very end, be able to provide him the recognition he needed and he deserved. Overall, I really enjoyed the show. I thought the action sequences were great. The visuals were spectacular. I loved when Sam finally wore the Captain America suit with his wings. It looked really, really great.
I totally agree. I think this show was really well made. And overall, as a whole, an excellent show and very educational too.
Yeah.
It sheds light on a lot of issues that's hard to discuss. But I will say that episode 2 was a weak spot for me. It was a little bit slow. I thought the action was not up to the quality of Marvel Studios.
Okay.
And some of the scenes in there grappling with these issues was a little rushed and a little bit in your face.
Okay.
But other than that, I will say as a whole, I really enjoyed the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I particularly liked the chemistry between our two characters here, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that part was great. Wow, Marvel is doing such a great job releasing these series, and I can't wait for the next one. Loki. So yeah, I really enjoyed the show.
I did too. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, friends.
Thanks. Bye.